Thanks tonight day.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest. This is the biggest. Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Wednesday afternoon, the 1st of November, 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And Mogi, you absolute stallion of a man. How's life?
Yeah, going pretty grouse, mate. Thanks for asking there, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee, you, hey? Going pretty good, man. I had a pretty sweet sleep last night, give or take.
Yeah, nice.
Some really loud bang woke me up, and I don't know what it was. I woke up all of a sudden at about 1 a.m, and I never wake up then. That's where I sleep my soundest. And I thought, should I get up and have a look? And I was like, nah, she'll be right. And she was right.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you half-ass it, man, and everything comes up mogy.
Yeah, totally, mate. Well, you've got a glow about you, so I can tell that you've had a really good sleep.
That's because I've been using my Brazilian Biggie Bum cream.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you squirt some of that on me sometime?
Sorry, you what?
Can you squirt some of that on me sometime?
Sorry, what?
Squirt it? Hey, Punch, you mad bastard. How's life?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm a little bit tired. Didn't have the best sleep last night, but I'm just excited for the big show.
Yeah, same here, mate. I had a terrible sleep. There's something going on with the birds at the moment. I tell you what, they're scratching. There's just weird stuff going on my roof.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Hey, but right now it's time for...
The Big Poll.
Interesting one, this one, Mogi, as we head into summer.
It is.
The poll today, jandal, sandal or croc?
Yeah, look, I ordered some... I told you I've been doing a bit of online shopping, man.
Yeah.
So I've got sort of some summery fits coming, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But you're always in danger when you order anything online, clothing-wise, because God knows what's going to turn up.
That's true.
And these particular pants that I ordered, they're a summery pant. But I like a pant, but in summer, obviously, you don't want to wear a jean. You don't want to wear a jean. It's too heavy, Jase.
Yeah.
So you want a cottony, linen-y, nice little number for the evening so you don't get bitten by mosquitoes, etc. But I got these ones off I got them from Japan.
Right,
So I had to go triple XL and have a bit of a guess. They've turned up. They've got one pair's normal pants and the other pair is got the elasticated bottoms. And they've ended up, they're a bit on the Keezy side, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
They're a bit on the Keezy side.
Action.
And I just know that they're not going to go well with a jandal, so I'm contemplating having to wear a Birkenstock. Otherwise, I wear jandals 100% of the time. I've owned Birkenstocks and I don't like them.
Yes.
I don't like them.
There's something
and
about
I've never worn a Croc.
That don't work for me either.
Yeah.
You see, you make a good point, actually. I need to get some summer pant action happening as well.
Yeah, boy.
After the debacle of me wearing shorts and bunnings and going out in public and being humiliated by the general public, it knocked my confidence a little bit. But for me, because of my dodgy ankles, Mogi, and you know that I have the extension on one of my heels.
That's right.
I go the Croc because I need that sort of extra support around my ankle and that extra sort of weight-bearing kind of mass below the sole of my foot.
Sure.
Otherwise, I would go a jandal.
Yeah, I love a jandal. Kiwi, it's as Kiwi as Pavlova or Russell Crowe or Crowded House or Farlap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, mate, totally.
Yeah,
what do you run with there, Pugalicious?
I'm on board with all of them. I'm down for any, but I run day-to-day a Croc. I'm a Croc man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some Crocs that I bought maybe 3 years ago, and they've been with me everywhere. They've been with me overseas on that cruise that I went to earlier in the year. I was all over bloody Tonga, walking through all over the show, and they were fantastic.
Good.
Yeah. Well, you have your say, New Zealand. Text us 3483, or you can give us a call if you're really that passionate about it.
What's our split?
Yes, I go 60 jandal.
Oh, you bastard.
I go 60 jandal. I go, what was the other one? Sandal, 10, and Croc,
20.
Is that right?
Nah,
no,
20,
30.
20. Yeah, 30 for that one.
Yeah.
Sweet, and I'll go 70, 20 for a Birkenstock, and 10 for a old crocodile there.
10 for a Croc?
Yep.
Sweet.
I'm never going to remember that anyway.
I am 70, 20, 10.
Yeah.
Done it.
Good stuff.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Regarding our jandal, sandal or croc scenario, Luke, you mad bastard, how's life?
Yeah, good fellas, good. Hey, yeah, just weighing in on the croc jandal component of the show.
Yes.
I think that crocs are the epitome of human existence.
The epitome?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Luke.
Horrendous.
Epitome.
Yeah.
Wait, you said
It's a
epitome.
misuse of the word epitome.
Okay, all right. I thought you were on my side there, Luke. Oh, that's a shame.
No, I had this thesaurus out and I was trying to look for a better word, but I clearly got mixed up.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I saw a lady wearing a pair of croc heels the other day, walking on grass, and it reminded me of a movie where the world had just spiraled out of control and there was no coming back from it. They don't, they're just shocking. And unless you're on your $2 million yacht or you're dangerously hungover and you got to get a pie and a V, they shouldn't be in existence.
Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks for that, Luke.
That's a vote against you, Pugs.
Yeah,
damn.
You've just won yourself a $50 night day
voucher.
Hey, now we've got a very special guest in the studio with us right now, Scott Rice, who is the creator of the Manu World Champs. How's it going, mate?
Oh, good. Great to be here, guys.
Good to have you. Now, can I just ask, in terms of our topic today, you a croc, a sandal, or a jandal man?
I'm actually a Birkenstock man.
Yeah.
I need the support on my feet. Yeah. I love it on you.
Yeah. So the Manu World Champs, man, tell us all about it. We were talking about it on the show a little while back, but for the people that don't know what the hell that is, let them know.
Z Manu World Champs, yeah. So what a Manu is, for those listeners that might not know, is it's basically a style of dive bomb.
Yes.
Imagining people jumping off a wharf making the biggest splash they can. So the Manu is a style of bomb. It's the one where the bum goes into the water first with the arms and the legs up in a V, and it's the most popular of the styles amongst the youth these days. It's got some origins in South Auckland, Manurewa, Mangere. There's some sort of friendly banter and debate over where it was invented, I guess. But other bombs are the coffin, which is kind of my age, where you go in with your feet first and the back kind of comes in to create that splash. You've got the gorilla, you've got the staple. And so, it came about from, I guess, I've had a swimming background. I loved doing them when I was younger. I've now got kids. We go and bomb off the Orewa Wharf up north.
Nice.
And it's such a cool way to bring people together. And I thought, I've got an events background. We ran the Ocean Swim Series. I thought it's about time we put on a national event that could become a world event, and it's now the Z Manu World Champs.
Yeah, so good, man. I mean, because you think about a New Zealand summer, don't you, Mogi? Kids doing bombs off the jetty there.
Oh, 1,000%. But it's not even just a jetty, is it? It's anywhere that you can find an opportunity to jump off something into water, and it's right across the country. So it's really, I think it's a key part of being a Kiwi kid coming up. You don't get through your youth without doing some bombs. You just don't. Yep. And your experience of it can either be really good, but when you do bombs, I always remember this. You do a bomb and then you just hoped that when you resurface, the water was still coming down, and and if it wasn't, you'd normally come up and it'd just be your mates laughing at you.
Oh, you're always looking for that crowd reaction.
Yeah,
totally. So you look up, and if the crowd's sort of yahooing, you've done a good one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about it, they get straight back up and they'll do it for 5 hours at a time. And they'll keep practicing it. But look, this competition, we've got 5 qualification events around the country. Christchurch, Wellington, Hamilton, Auckland, and a grand final in the Viaduct Harbour. We're building a massive scaffolding tower in the Viaduct.
Good.
Putting it on show. TV2 are going to screen it as well. So it's just going to be putting the art of the Manu up, on a pedestal and celebrating it.
30 grand on the line, eh?
30 grand in cash and prizes, 12 of that being cash. So this will be the biggest competition we've seen in this country, and I think it's really uniquely Kiwi. Like, we were thinking about it, there's not really any other places they do bombs like we do.
No.
So I think it's really cool to take Manu to the world.
Oh, 1,000%, man. I absolutely love the idea. Who have you got? You got anyone commentating?
Yeah, we've actually got your friends down the other side, Hads over there from Flavour. He's going to help us out, and also we'll be sort of looking at some other MCs. Perhaps I heard Keezy's kind of keen. He likes to chat.
Sure.
He does like it. I don't think it's good getting him anywhere, any kind of athletic sort of activity, man.
Yeah.
He's sort of good when it comes to video games and things like that, but get him off the couch and he falls a bit.
Yeah, he's also a bit loose on the old beersies. Scott, when he goes to events...
Budget's not going to work, eh?
Yeah. No, actually, you could probably get Keezy if you just give him a dozen beersies. So that'd be fine.
Yeah, don't give them to him first.
Yeah, just after the event. Yeah. Hey, well, Scott, if people want to be a part of this, what do they need to do?
Registration's open today. You've got to get a qualification spot. If you can pop a mean Manu, get to manuworldchamps.com from today. Get one of those spots, and then you could be the Manu World Champ.
Oh.
How good. And this is all starting early next year with the first event, 27-28 of Jan in Porniki, Wellington. And it moves on from there. So bloody excited, man. Come back and have a yarn to us next year before that first event. But let's get some crowds at this bastard.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, boys.
Good on you, mate.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
How'd you get on with, did you get pestered last night by those pestering kids?
I was actually surprised, man. Halloween, we had a yarn about it on the show last night, didn't we? And the results of our big poll was, I think, 70 or 80% against.
Yes.
Which is surprisingly high. But driving home, I was amazed by the amount of kids with their parents out on the street.
Sure, man.
Thousands of the bastards.
Yeah.
True.
But the thing is, I was a bit like there was just demons everywhere and vampires and that. So I had to, at some point, I just had to mount the curb and just bowl them all over. Just, making our communities safer together. You know what I'm saying, man? There's some freaky looking bastards out there.
Oh, you tell me about it.
And then some of them started banging on my door, man.
Oh, God.
Da-doosh. I just come running out there, kick them off my porch, Sure. So other than that, all good.
Yeah, good. Well, I did as I promised. I left my dog out. Worked an absolute bloody treat.
Yeah.
Because she's got a ferocious bark. She's useless as a,
Well, she'd be terrifying because she sort of goes out and just drags her ass around on her front legs.
Yeah, she's got a gammy leg going on as well. So, but I tell you what, some of the little bastards got through. And this is unbelievable, right? And this, duk on the door, and I was like effing and jeffing in my house, in my undies and t-shirt there. Open the door. What do you want, you pesky little brats? And this little fella, knee-high to a grasshopper.
Oh, really? So looking you straight in the eye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nah. No, that's good. Maybe him and three mates, maybe 5 or 6. Couldn't see any parents anywhere.
You're joking.
Nah. And he goes, trick or treat? And I said, nah, got neither. No, I got neither. And he goes, unacceptable. And I was like, now old Hoodie Jay's got 6-year-old kids giving him grief, for God's sake.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said unacceptable. And I said, what do you mean unacceptable? You little shit. And he was like, well, you got to have a trick or a treat. It's Halloween. And I said, no, I don't. Got into a hoor of an argument with him.
Right.
I tell you what, he was a persistent little bastard.
Yeah.
He just hung in there, and in the end, I gave him my FBOS card to go up to the dairy and score himself some stuff. And he went a bit overboard on that, spent like $35. I gave him my pin and everything, the little bastard. But yeah, how about you, Pugs? You got disturbed at all?
Nah, as I said yesterday, I'm in a rural area, so it was very chill out my way.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you do? I'm not sure that we totally understand what happens here. So you say trick or treat.
Yes.
In your case, you say no. Neither. But if you say trick, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Because I think in the States they throw eggs at your house and stuff, right? And you get...
Yeah,
they play trick on you.
Okay, yeah.
It's not a trick. They just vandalise your house.
Yeah.
And it's a risky business over in America.
Somebody was saying on the text machine yesterday that there's too many treats and not enough tricks.
Treat heavy. I agree.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Hey, now listen, a few people have texted in on 3483 Mogi asking us what's happened with Keezy.
Yeah, that's right.
And we have had a few sightings around the place just to sort of update you. I think he rang me at about 2 o'clock this morning, but,
Oh, true.
Steamed Keezy. at 2 in the morning. Too far, mate. Too far.
Well, that's about, what's that, about 8 in the morning over there.
Yeah,
so that's about right. So, yeah, he's over in, I think he's in London at the moment. He's been having a lovely time, man. He's gone over there and he's gone to the Harry Potter exhibition.
Yeah.
A guided tour on a bus.
Yeah, Harry Potter. This is where they filmed some nerd stuff.
The Muggles.
I'd like if I knew some references, I could get deep on it. But that's as much
Did
as
you
I
not
know.
read Harry Potter? My God, it was all the rage in our house for about 5 years.
I did not. So I've had a message come through from Hayden Smith here. G'day, Mogi. I'm a Kiwi in London and just wanted to report a Keezy sighting, please.
Oh, good.
Saw him in a pub at lunchtime today. I know he's here on his honeymoon with his wife, but I did see him talking to another woman at the bar, potentially his fiancée, but hard to say. Then watched him waddle off to the men's room for what turned out to be a midday steamer, and the pub needed to be evacuated. It seems like the body clock has taken a while to adjust.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, I'll report any further sightings as and when. Cheers. So, yeah, on that, if you do have a sighting of Keezy, flick it through to us either on our Instagram, Hodaki Big Show, or text us through here, 3483, or even give us a call, 0800 Hodaki, and we'll just we'll see what he's getting up to. I want him to have a nice, relaxing time. Harry Potter sounds like it probably, he would have been fizzing after that.
Yeah, totally. And then he would have had a few beersies, and then the obligatory steamer had to come along, and he just had to, release himself a little bit.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
I was doing the old dog squad this morning, Mogi.
Sure.
But then drama, a gang of youths. And it's actually quite ironic, because I was reflecting on the show and the fact that I've been doing it for like 13 years now.
Yeah.
And the irony is, you won't know this about me, nor will the general public. My first job when I left school was literally on the mail belts at the Auckland Mail Airport mail belt system.
Right.
Sniffing out the mail.
Oh!
This is pre-dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they didn't have the little cute little dogs then sniffing up the mail. And, of course, I obviously had assets that were handy for that job. I was able to pick up scents well beyond what most people could. I did that for 2 years before the dogs came along. And how funny now that I'm narrating the show for the animals that put me out of business.
What was your strike rate when you
100%.
100%.
Here's the thing, man, quite honestly, I think by the end of my year and a half that I worked there, I'd intercepted over $30 million of drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to keep that for personal use?
Well, sometimes you take it to get it tested and stuff, and it would just, disappear.
Sure. Up your nose.
Up my nose. Yeah. And sometimes my sniffing was so ferocious that it would just go up there naturally anyway. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I wouldn't need to actually break open the envelope. It would just go straight up there.
One of the perks of the job, Pugs.
Yeah.
Right. The free drugs.
The free drugs, yeah. Well, it's interesting, isn't it, those sniffer dogs? Because they're wrong 75% of the time. I'm not sure if people know that. But you're pretty much better off just guessing.
Sure.
You just guess, and you'd have a better success rate than those dogs.
That's why I'm quite bitter about it. They had a 30% success rate. I was pretty much 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would have done quite well at it.
No, I don't think so.
I reckon you would have had some ability. What do you reckon, Pugs?
Yeah,
I reckon Mogi would have done a great job.
Pugs.
I think you would have been better, Jase. 100%. But that's not. That doesn't
Keezy
say.
would have been quite good at it too, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he'd be
Not as good as either of you, though.
Yeah, but he'd be Steve all the
Well,
time.
he's got the second biggest honker, so...
Okay.
What was...
no.
What was...
That's not true.
What was your first job, Mogi?
I did a paper run, man,
Oh,
which
right.
is probably not as exciting.
No.
But yeah, paper run, milk run, worked at New World, McDonald's.
Yeah.
That was sort of my run.
Yeah. You were a gigolo for a while too,
Oh,
weren't you?
yeah. I was a mad shagger, and I thought I might as well try and charge some money for this, man. So yeah, I sort of had to hold down a day job. $4.63 I got paid at New World, which was more money than I got as a gigolo.
Right, okay.
I had a huge sex drive though, Pugs.
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
but not skilled as a lover.
Yeah.
No skills as a
I feel like
lover.
that's part of the job.
The
That's sort
good
of a
thing
requirement.
about your sex drive being so full on was that you could do like 50 jobs in a day at $5 a pop.
Oh, yeah.
That's $250 a day. That's not too baddy.
Sounds like a lot of work, man.
Not when you were going like Mogi was.
I'll tell you what, it's been a busy day.
Yeah. What was your first job, Pugs?
I was a lifeguard at the local pool, man.
Oh,
in the
really?
hut there,
Seriously?
Yeah, and I did it for like a good 5 or 6 years, yeah.
Wow.
It was
Did
chill,
you save
man.
anyone's lives?
I did. I saved one life.
Yeah, how?
And it was a baby
Oh,
that
wow.
was just walking and started and the mum was off catching up with somebody, obviously, and was just so keen for a swim.
Yeah.
Too many Weet-Bix
Know
that
that
morning,
feeling.
straight in the water,
Boom.
jumped in, so and goes, oh, Pugs.
Wow.
And I wasn't, I've been a swimmer, but I'm not massively fit, and so it was just me just hoisting myself into the water, shoes on and everything, and
Yeah.
picking up this baby.
Well, that didn't require a lot of swimming.
No,
And
just
the
a
thing
big
about it is,
jump, to
man,
be honest.
I don't know if you can go around saying that you saved that baby's life. I mean, you don't know how strong a swimmer that baby was, man.
Yeah, I mean, babies
It was
are good at
presumpt-
water, Pugs.
yeah.
Coming here banging on about how you're saving lives, man.
Jeez, talk about
Sounds like that
one.
baby had it covered.
Talk about blow your own horn. Bloody hell.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Jobs out there, Pugs. First jobs, 3483.
First job was in a pie factory, mixing the meat and gravy mix and skimming the fat off the tubs before we cook the pies. 20 years and about 120 kg later, still love a mince and cheese,
Yes, sweet.
which is surprising because that would put me off,
Yeah.
I think.
Skimming the fat.
Yeah.
Skimming fat would probably put me off.
Yeah. Got another one here. Good afternoon. My first job was during the school holidays, painting pipes in a capsicum farm. Which is
Gee
oddly-
whiz, that's an
oddly
out of it
specific.
one.
It's quite a niche one.
What about this one? Hey guys, my first job was with the Mad Butcher. I was his first after school kid as I lived just down the road of his first shop. I always thought he was growling at me, but realised after years that that's just how he talks.
Yeah. He's got a very unique way of talking,
He
the
does.
Mad Butcher.
He does.
Because I went from my job doing the old mail belt there to breaking up the poos. With
Oh,
my
yeah.
pop mate, yeah.
Stirring up the poos. there.
And you can imagine with someone with a honker like mine, that wasn't a great job.
That wouldn't have been good, no.
Because I was sucking in all the fumes, as you can imagine.
Breaking up the
Hey,
poos.
now listen, the Cricket World Cup is going on at the moment, so let's have a bit of chat about that, shall we?
Cricket World Cup chat with Jase and Mike.
Oh yeah,
So good, mate.
you love that?
Yeah, so good. Hey, incidentally, we did the BYC podcast today, so if you love your cricket, go and check that out. Plenty to talk about. Hey, massive match tonight. I'm fizzing at the bung about it. New Zealand versus South Africa. South Africa in good form, ahead of us on the table. She's going to be a real tight tussle, I think, Mogi.
Do you think she'll be a humdinger?
I think she'll be a humdinger.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because the South Africans, they're loaded on the batting front. Got a good bowling attack as well, fielding well as well. I think they had that one shocker against Afghanistan.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they've been in awesome form.
They've
and
been looking
we're
good.
coming off 2 losses.
Yeah, that's right. So it'll be nice to get a win here and just sort of shore us up. We're sort of heading into another couple of games. We've got the Pakistan match on Saturday, followed by Sri Lanka
Yes.
next week. But yeah, I feel feeling pretty good about it, man.
Our reckoning is, at the bit when we were talking in the BYC there, we need one more win.
Yeah.
And so we've got Sri Lanka, who haven't been performing very well at all. So hopefully that's a bankable win for us. But we do want to pick up one of either South Africa or Pakistan.
Yeah.
Because I'll be toey going into Pakistan if we lose against South Africa and 3 on the trot.
Well, I'll be honest. Like the matches that we've had have all been fairly close. But let's be honest, the only major scalp we've got that we were feeling good about was England, who have
Yes.
since turned out to be the worst team in the tournament. So
Yes.
we haven't beaten anybody of note, really.
Not
and
yet.
so it would be good to get a win against South Africa and then just keep rolling on into the semis there.
You'll be into the cricket, wouldn't you, Pugs?
Oh, massively, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were talking heaps there, so I just
Yeah.
thought I'd let you have
So
I mean,
yeah,
what's
but-
your thought on it?
Should be sick, I reckon.
Yeah, good call, Pugs.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's good, mate.
You just like the vibe of cricket. Is
Sick
that what
vibes.
you're saying?
Oh, man, the vibes are on.
Yeah, nice.
Last night it was the Bangladesh, the bangers as we call them, against
Yes.
Pakistan. Pakistan rolled them. Bangladesh batted first, got 204. Pakistan got that with 32 overs and 3 wickets down. The current standings are India at top, having won 6 from 6. South Africa have won 5 from 6. New Zealand 4 from 6, as have Australia. But we're beating them on the net run rate differential there. So
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'll be tuning into that game tonight for sure.
It's at 9:30, man. It's just like, I can't do it. I'm just going to wake up and watch highlights. It's insane.
I'll wake up at about 3 in the morning anyway, so I'll watch it then as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Good thinking.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Now listen, the Dunedin Beer Festival kicks off this weekend, fellas. Friday and Saturday, I believe it is, Pugs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Ange and Matt Heath from Hodaki are going to be down
Ange
there.
and Matt Heath, are they married now?
Are they a couple?
Ange and Matt Heath.
No, different
Wow.
Ange. Different Angelina Gray will be there. I don't know. Don't know Ange Heath.
Yeah.
I believe Angelina Mogi is going to be sort of hosting the whole thing.
I think so.
And I believe also the Breakfast Boys have got their very own beer.
Yeah, it's called the Let's Get Busy Hoppy Lager.
Yeah, nice.
I think they got some kind of sawn-off little bar down there, and Heath is going to be pulling pints for the punters. Is that right?
Yeah, it's called the Emerson's Tiny Pub, because obviously we teamed up with Emerson's for the beer.
I'm with you.
So it's their little station there. Keep an eye out for that and catch up with the Hodaki crew and try it for yourself.
It is, if you haven't got tickets and you're keen to go and you're sort of pondering it, definitely get down there because it's a bloody good time. I remember I had a lot of fun working behind bars, Mogi, in my day.
Yeah.
I had a one for you, one for me philosophy.
Yeah, it's a good philosophy,
You know
that
what I
one.
mean? So people would order a drink and I go, one for you, douche, one for me.
Yeah, when you've got that kind of philosophy, it's a philosophy that you don't tell the person that's employed you.
Yes.
Or generally any of the other people that you work with. If you can keep it from them, that's certainly the go as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You used to have that same philosophy when you worked at reception at that brothel, didn't you?
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Now, I'm very excited about our next guest. Hot off the heels of his critically acclaimed Netflix special David Letterman appearance, role on Life and Death with Amy Schumer, and sold-out runs in US, Melbourne International Comedy Festival, Edinburgh Festival Fringe, and the UK, Phil Wang returns to New Zealand with his hit show, Wang in There, baby! And Phil, welcome to Radio Hodaki, mate. How's life going?
Good, man.
Did I give you a bit of a heart palpitation?
That was really good. No, I wish I had as much enthusiasm for me as you did. I could really do with some of that energy.
He doesn't have much enthusiasm for himself.
Yeah, no, give it everyone else.
Hey, can I just stop you there, Jase? I want Phil to feel really comfortable.
Yeah,
just as we were doing the intro, Phil started undoing the zipper on his jacket, and then he realised how loud it was, so he stopped. I'd like to give you the opportunity to undo the rest of that zipper, mate.
Here's a little
right up by the mic if you could, Phil.
Yeah.
Here's a little Foley goodness.
That's good.
We've always had this attitude in our show, Phil, that, if you want to take your clothes off, by all means, fill your boots.
Right.
Because we understand that you've just flown from London, so you're probably not at the top of your game at the moment, so if you want to get your kit off, fill your boots.
I don't see how that would help.
No.
As you're so enthusiastic about it,
It's sort of a crooked line coming to that kind of logic, but we get there in the end. You be flying first class, business class these days?
Yeah, I've been working my way through the plane, and now I'm the pilot.
Yeah.
First class.
We were having a discussion yesterday about a pilot in Alaska. This is the stage you want to get to, where you can be an off-duty pilot, be on magic mushrooms for the first time in your life, and freak out in the cockpit and jump on the controls and try and crash the plane.
Wow,
You ever done that?
No, I'm not. I'd freak out being sober in the cockpit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I haven't got quite the confidence up there to need mushrooms to feel out of place.
I think that's too much confidence.
Yeah.
When you try and crash a plane, and then he got thrown out of the cockpit, and he's like, "Okay, I'm okay now." And then he tried to open the door and jump out at 30-odd thousand feet.
And that's not it's not the energy you want.
So are you saying, Phil, that you've never taken magic mushrooms and flown a plane? Is that what you're saying? Because I find that hard to believe, quite frankly.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time. No.
Can I ask, because that's a hell of a flight, actually, from London to New Zealand, what kind of flyer are you? You're an anxious flyer?
Fully confident
You're fully
flyer?
Confident? What do you like?
I think I'm a good flyer.
Yes.
I'm a good flyer. It's part of the job. I'm a quiet flyer. I like to be left alone, and I'm very quiet, and I don't bother anyone. Nice. And I try not to be bothered. But yeah, this was a long one, man.
Do you like it when people put their seat back when you're trying to eat?
Love that.
Is that your favourite?
Because I get it closer to me. Ideally, they'd lean back and just tip it into my mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wouldn't even have to work at it.
Yeah, or walking down the aisle and holding onto the seats and grabbing your screen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's a
wobbling it.
yeah, that's a good one
Little
as well.
thumbprint on there.
Yeah, little thumbprint on there.
nice.
Turn it off.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
I just want to reintroduce you, Phil. We've got British comedian Phil Wang in the studio with us. Have we freaked you out a little bit?
You specifically,
Yeah,
or
well, no, just because sometimes with our show, people come in and they go, what the bloody hell's going on? I mean, are you getting that vibe as well, or are you okay? I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, good
it's
stuff.
definitely a chill. It's definitely a chill vibe here. It's a bit of a man cave feeling.
Yeah,
going on.
definitely.
it is.
This might be the first man cave I've ever been in.
And coming from London, I mean, what do you think about the sun out there?
Where? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't out this morning. I wasn't wearing a jumper in the morning.
Yeah, it's
Right,
quite
okay.
cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it.
You
Pretty
picked
much
the
how
wrong
it's
day to
been.
talk it up.
Now, Phil, tell us about your show.
Oh, it's a stand-up show. It's a stand-up show. I've been touring for like a year and a bit now, but it's been changing and growing and mutating.
Yeah.
Morphing.
Yeah.
Mighty morphing time. Do you remember Mighty the Power Rangers?
I do, yeah. It's filmed in New Zealand.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah,
Welcome
I-
to New Zealand. Now you love it.
I thought I recognized the
Hey,
place.
yeah.
I've been on Power Rangers with like 4 different characters, and I've done heaps of voiceovers.
Is
for
that
Power
true?
Rangers. Yeah, that's true.
His,
No way.
his character on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Yes.
General Honker, because his nose is so big.
Yeah, because I've got a really big snarls.
I can't tell what you're saying
was
is
a bit-
true and what isn't
it's a
true.
bit of
Yeah,
both.
that's
Well,
the
This
show.
is true.
Phil, I absolutely promise you, yes, I've been on Power Rangers regularly.
That's true.
And I voiced
Okay,
one
okay.
of their characters called Donkey Vac. That was,
Donkey vac.
Yeah, that was
Like vaccine?
half donkey, half vacuum cleaner. I kid you not.
Oh
That's-
man,
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I just just reminded me that in Malaysia they censored the theme to Mighty Morphing Power Rangers because morphine sounded too much like morphine.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, so they go Mighty Power Ranger.
Well, in New Zealand, it was a huge hit here, as it was all around the world, and it was made here, but then they banned it because it was too violent, because kids would go home and watch it and then batter each other the same way the Power Rangers did. So it was actually banned in New Zealand for about 15 years, yeah.
But were kids like climbing up on each other, making
And making
to make
new
a bigger-
monsters
bigger
and
shit?
making donkey vacuums and all sorts of
Blasting
stuff.
General honkers.
General honkers, yeah.
Oh man.
So, regarding your show, I mean, how would you describe yourself as a comedian? Are you an observational type fellow? I mean, what's your genre?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, it's mainly. I think it's like opinions, maybe. It's a lot of
Sure.
opinions, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
And talking about being half Asian and half white, half
Yeah.
British. So it's a lot of like cultural observations, I suppose.
Yes.
But if something strikes me as funny, I'll just try and say it on
Sure.
stage. Really, I don't really know what my genre
Is one of
is.
your favourite things describing what kind of genre your comedy is?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you love
Best,
that?
as you can tell from how I'm sort of yanking at my
Pulling your
hair
out.
I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
love to think about what.
Well,
genre
you've done
it is.
a hell of a lot of incredible stuff. We've got a list of all your credits here that have been sent through. I don't know if you know that people are doing that on your behalf.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that you got to do That's My Time with David Letterman, was that something where you were like, get to do a David Letterman show? That's awesome. Or was it a little bit like, who's David Letterman? He's a little bit before my time.
Not at all. No,
Yeah.
I mean the former, for sure. It was very surreal. And
Did he host that?
He hosted,
He did.
yeah. So he hosted, and like I went up and did like 5 minutes of stand up. Then I sat with him on the sofa or couch, as they say over there, and he asked me about being from Malaysia and my comedy and all, and we had a little chat. It was amazing. I mean, the weirdest bit was when I was taken to meet him before we started recording. And I can hear his voice coming from his dressing room, and I'm getting closer and closer to it. And that experience of hearing a voice you're so used to, but
Yeah.
coming out of a human being in front of you.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That was a bit.
He seems like a good bastard.
It's like hearing the voice of the Power Rangers. Like
Yeah,
in front of me right
exactly.
now.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how to
yeah.
compute.
Yeah,
it.
Donkey Vac.
Yeah, hearing Donkey Bag right in front of me in the
Yeah.
room.
Worst voice job I ever had, to be honest with you, was a nightmare.
Oh.
It's just stupid. It was stupid. Well, Phil, now your show is tomorrow, is it, in Auckland?
Yes, that's right. Tomorrow, Sky City
you got the
Theatre.
details there?
Yeah.
Sky City Theatre.
Sky City Theatre tomorrow night. One show only, I believe.
one magical night only.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a long way to come for one show, Phil.
Are you hanging around, man? What are you doing after that?
Straight back to London.
You are?
Oh, wow.
No.
No, good.
I'm going to Australia.
Good.
Okay, that makes sense.
Spend more time over there.
Yeah, well, go and get yourself some tickets. It's
Yeah.
going to be a great show.
iTicket.co.nz, you can get those.
Yeah, good stuff. Phil Wang, thanks so much for joining us, my friend.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
And all the best with the show tomorrow.
Oh, you too. No, that doesn't make sense.
No, we're not
Yeah,
doing it, but we have got a show tomorrow, so I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
This show. This show here.
This show,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, everyone, please tune in.
Have a good show. Before you go, you've got to finish that water, and then you can take the
I've
glass.
got to choke
Yeah,
that.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Big Pole.
Douche. Now, with summer coming up,
Yes.
fellas, the big poll today, Jandal, Sandal or Croc,
Yes.
was the question for you. I went 60, 30, 10.
You did?
60 being the Jandal, 30 being the Croc, and 10 being the Sandal.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was 30 the sandal.
No, I 10 the Sandal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's not what you said at the start,
No,
but anyway.
Oh, okay, well, that's what I meant.
That's fine.
Yeah,
70,
yeah.
And I went 70, 20, 10, but with 20 being a sandal, which is also a Berkey, you know?
Yes. Well, I can confirm that you're both not quite there. Jandal's 43%,
Oh,
Sandal's 36%, Croc's 21%.
40, 30, 20.
wow.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been so far off, Mogi.
No.
Yeah.
That's quite phenomenal.
I'm surprised, especially after that fella's chat earlier in the show, that was just berating Croc, saying they were the epitome
Yes.
of the human existence. That reached 21%,
Yeah.
especially with our audience.
Oh, no,
Right.
actually, a lot of people do the Croc action, actually, I've noticed. And interestingly, what I like to do most of all in the summertime is barefoot.
Oh.
Yeah, I love a barefoot.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're on the grass or on the beach or something like that. It's feeling the earth between your toes. They're beautiful stuff.
Well, I love a jandal just because it's easy on, easy off.
Yes, true.
There's no mocking involved with a jandal, generally speaking, although last year somebody had a go at me because I was wearing jandals with a pair of jeans,
Yes.
which I'd never heard that was a problem, but apparently it is. And a Birkenstock just takes too long to get on and off.
Yes.
And it doesn't take long, but it takes too long compared to a jandal.
Yes.
And also they take quite a while to break in. So before they get really comfortable, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas a jandal, if you've got a Havaiana, they're good to go as soon as you chuck them on.
Yeah, good point, mate.
I will say, even though I am a ride or die by the Croc, recently I've started going to the gym again, the local gym, and
Good on you, mate.
your recommendation, I've been rocking Crocs in the shower.
Sure.
To avoid any contagions
foot.
that might be
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
floor there. And while I love the Crocs, they're not convenient in the shower at all because they're a little buttier than your average jandal. So I'm considering buying some shower jandals.
jandals.
Yeah.
Good on you,
Some
mate.
shandals, if you
Yeah,
will.
mate, good on you.
The
Yeah.
only issue I have with the jandal is it hurts my toe cleavage.
The music just dropped out there, didn't it?
like perfect timing.
Yeah,
It was really
That
good.
was- yeah,
no,
that
I
was
know what
quite
you
good.
mean.
You know
but
what I mean?
if you've got a good jandal, you'll be
Yes.
all right.
And
So that-
also, and also, of course, if you do the run or whatever and it breaks and you get the flap going on, that's a bit of an annoyance for me as well.
yeah.
So I think I'm just
yeah.
going to stick with my Crocs
Good on you, mate.
because they really show off my withered pins.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
So good. That was actually quite beautiful, guys.
Really good.
Harmonic.
Yeah, really harmonic.
I watched 2 episodes of Wellington Paranormal last night. What a show.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good.
Man, holy hecker. Really good. So I'm doing that for a thing that I might be able to talk about at some stage, but that time is not now, man.
Right. Do you sort of look back on the stuff that you're involved in and, sort of reminisce
I'm
about
amazed
it?
it didn't go, further. Amazed I'm just not a humongous star.
Star,
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I mean, I often look back on my career there, Mogi, and I think to myself, Jesus, why am I not a multi-millionaire?
Thank you.
I mean, if I was in any other country in the world, I would be a superstar.
Oh, you'd be huge.
I'd still be a humble old hoity J.
Yeah.
But the reality is that with my sort of resume and all the acting work that I've done, it's
Yeah.
amazing that I'm still scratching coins together.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
unbelievable. What did you watch, Pugs?
as you guys know, I had some people over for Halloween last night.
Yeah.
And,
how was that, by the way?
It was really lovely. Just a couple friends of ours came over, and they are not into horror movies at all, but wanted to watch something spooky for Halloween, something that was Halloween-y. So we watched Wendell and Wild. I think it's a movie on Netflix. It's like a stop-motion movie done by Key and Peele.
Right.
And it was so weird, but interesting in that regard. Like, I hadn't seen anything like it. The themes and the plot, it's about this girl who finds out she can summon demons and tries to get her parents back that she lost when she was a kid. Interesting. Interesting.
If you call something interesting, that generally means it was garbage.
Yeah, generally.
Not garbage, but I won't watch it again.
You're not giving me a half mongrel with that kind of explanation.
No, well, it didn't give me one either, Jase.
I read between the lines there, Keezy.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I watched The Grudge, actually, speaking of horrors.
Really?
Yeah, the sort of Japanese horror movie there, Mogi. Pretty spooky, actually.
It is a spooky movie.
I did wheeze in my pants a little bit at one point. And my wife went to bed a little bit earlier than me, and I stayed up watching it, and then I started freaking out because the birds were doing weird stuff on the window. I could just hear the birds scratching on the window and stuff, and it was like, I got a bit spooked.
Half mongrel? With the Grudge?
Yeah, half mongrel.
Now, was that before or after the wheeze?
During. Yeah, so she was a bit of a mess in that regard too, I've got to be honest with you.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
There you go, John, and does it for your Wednesday night. I tell you what, Pugs, wrap that show up and send it straight to the Radio Awards, my friend. Yeah, man.
Really good.
I think definitely top 5 shows we've ever done in our lives.
That feels good. I'm stoked to have been a part of it.
I'm talking my entire radio career, not just the big show.
Holy.
It's been right up there. Hey, Mogi, what's your plan tonight, mate?
I don't think I've got any plans tonight, man. The world's my oyster.
Right.
Exciting, eh?
Beautiful evening.
It is, isn't it?
It's one of those
Isn't it
evenings
lovely?
where you could, it'd be nice having like a cold beersy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a durry or two. You know what I mean?
hang on.
Not that I'm going to do that. It just feels like
On that
one of
note,
those.
how did you go with the rugby on the weekend?
Good, mate. Good.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. I was so annoyed that I actually kind of forgot about having a durry.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was such a bizarre match that it didn't really pop into my... It did at one point when the TMO got involved again and I was effing and jeffing, but other than that, it was all good.
Sure.
What's your plan tonight, Pugs?
Hopefully big chillin'. No plans. I'll make some tea, some dinner, and then I'll probably just chill, have a sit, watch something, maybe some Outrageous Fortune, or play a game.
Yeah, good
Or
stuff.
both.
Because I was just saying to Mogi, it's a beautiful night, maybe nice to have a few beersies, a few durries. You been a smoker, Pugs?
Have I been a smoker?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
You have smoked?
No. What's that? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've tried it. Yeah.
Good on you, mate. You massive backbone.
No, that's not.
Hey, I'm just going to chill out, watch a bit of TV, have some dinner, homemade burgers tonight, I think, Mogi.
Yeah, I think so. That'll be a lovely treat.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and have the same.
Yeah.
But it's always a bit of a surprise to me, as I say, when I get home.
Sure.
It's my daughter's turn to cook.
Yeah, well, let's hope she lifts her game a little bit from what you've been telling me.
Michelin star chef. I don't know if I told you that.
Good stuff. Hey, it's been a pleasure bringing you the show this Wednesday evening. Make sure you check out the podcast. Also, check out the Instagram account. Till tomorrow. See you later.